Okay, so now we have the TOD. And I think in a way this kind of ties into the main topic a bit as far as like the problems with the advancement of technology and its effects on society and its people. And without a doubt, the advancement of AI or artificial intelligence technology has always been a big concern of people. Even when you look at movies like Terminator, which is all about artificial intelligence and how it gets to the point where it becomes so intelligent that it's able to overthrow and dominate mankind itself. And so there's been this big issue with AI art because now it's gotten to the point where AI has been able to create art just by people putting in a couple of words. And artists, actual artists who use their hands and different tools to draw and whatever, they are concerned with this because they feel like it's going to eventually push them out of it's going to push them out of their jobs, their way of living. It's going to take opportunities away from them. I know, for example, I believe there's a guy that I follow on YouTube. I look at his thumbnails. I believe they are AI generated. And you know what? Those damn things look good. They look good. Instead of going to Google and getting like a standard picture, you just go to make some sort of AI art. And right now the technology is good, undeniably. I remember some of the early stuff was really weird looking, and in a short amount of time, I saw this AI art. Not even AI art, it was a picture of a girl and it looked real. I was like, oh damn, who's that girl? And then the guys in the thread was like, no, that's an AI creation. So the implications of this are still not fully understood as far as the effect it's gonna have on the art community. And so this was a thread from WizChan actually talking about AI. So this isn't from 4chan, it's from WizChan. So let's get right into this. So it says AI art versus traditional art. Whose side are you on when it comes to AI art? Are you with the dissidents from the professional artists who feel it is soulless and appropriating of their works? Or do you agree with the unprecedented ability of this complicated technology? Art is becoming more accessible. To me, I consider this partially foundational for humanity's artistic revolution, not unlike the Industrial Revolution and how it innovated humans' ability to produce. I think that's very interesting. You know, and even someone like myself, you know, I make beats. What happens when you can just turn on FL Studio, put on a program, and it'll make beats for you? And then, okay, you hit the random, you hit the button, I don't like this one, hit the button 5 more times, and the 7th one, you like it. Instead of me spending 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours making a beat, you can have a beat created for you in 30 minutes to an hour. And so the same thing can be said with art or, you know, drawings and whatnot. And so in a way, it could increase convenience and what people can do. And again, I think about the guy with the thumbnails. Because, you know, some people, they get someone else to make their thumbnails for them. Some of those pictures people use for thumbnails, you know, those are from like stock photo sites that want you to pay. I remember, oh no, I think that's going to be addressed in this thread actually. But let's keep going. AI art looks like trash, and so does 99% of art. Now, the first AI art looked like trash. I still thought it was funny though. When I saw that Hogan as a slave plantation master, that was funny. But now, nah, bro. Nah. I'm seeing some good stuff now. I think kind of like what this guy's saying here. Most of it looks painfully generic and often has some weird flaws or strangeness to it that immediately keys you into it being computer generated. Personally, I don't go out of my way to look at it, but I don't dislike it per se. I just already have plenty of artists who draw things that I like. AI generations are pretty much a novelty that you look at for an hour or two, maybe try your hand at, and then don't really think about ever again. I have a feeling that most of the people who are really into AI art are people who aren't normally active in artist spaces. Now, I do think that a lot of it does look generic as fuck. Don't get me wrong. It's still impressive to me because, again, how quickly it's able to generate these images. But I will agree that a lot of it looks generic. I've seen people make like AI art porn. And again, it's fascinating, but it's not quite there yet as far as like certain things. Again, for a YouTube thumbnail, a reaction image, or just experimenting with, like he said, it's a novelty you look at for an hour or two and whatnot. That's the level where it's at. But I think that he's underestimating the potential that this has. Because look at how much it's grown. Look, wait, like really, 2 or 3 years ago, we weren't even talking about this shit. 2 or 3 years ago, we weren't talking about AI art, not to the extent that we are now. 5, 6 years ago, we weren't even thinking about it. So look at how quickly, and I'm assuming the picture right there is AI art. I mean, come on. If you were someone who didn't know about AI art, you would not assume that that was not drawn by a human being. So, and again, the pictures I've seen of real people that were, of AI generated real people that weren't real people, I mean, it's impressive. This guy says AI art isn't going away, that's for sure. I don't get why other artists get so ass hurt about it because one, it's still not as good as a human, and two, they say it steals their art when 99% of art is tracing, drawing other people's characters' idea inspired by other media, etc., etc. Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere, especially when you look at how far it's gotten in just a short amount of time, as far as from when people started talking about it to now. But I do understand why artists get upset about it, because it's still not as good as a human, but that's now. Remember, growth can be exponential. Like I said earlier, remember 15 years ago, everybody wasn't constantly on the internet. To get on the internet, you had to plug your phone cord to the modem, and then everybody was mad at you. Now you got kids 10 years old at the dinner table with an iPhone in their hand, looking at guys' nose on TikTok, Pornhub, who knows? But you know, he does have a point about the inspiration that artists take from other people's ideas and whatnot. I remember seeing this picture of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure artist going through like these books of like ancient statues and stuff like that. And so, and I'm just assuming that he was looking at that to get like poses and how to draw different body types and whatnot. But yeah, artists use all kind of references. So yeah, that's a solid point too. This guy replies, I don't, he's replying to the guy above him. I don't get why other artists get so ass hurt. They really don't. Most freakouts are either made by non-artists or the type that watermark their OCs so nobody else on DeviantArt can recolor it in Corel. 99% art is tracing, drawing other people's characters' ideas inspired by other media, etc., laughably wrong. Then he says, do go ahead and prove me wrong. The most famous works of art all had a reference. Yeah, I think a lot of art has some type of reference for something. Even when I make beats, sometimes I listen to other beats and different songs as a reference, and I take little bits and pieces from it. I mean, sampling in hip hop is well known, and I've sampled quite a bit myself. But I think another thing too, remember what the guy said, it's not as good as a human. And I said true, not yet. But here's the thing. There are a lot of different needs for artists. And every need for an artist is not very demanding or particular. Just think about, for example, maybe you're designing a website and you're trying to make it pop a little bit by having different pictures pertaining to the theme of the website. Normally, you know, you go and get somebody to draw something for you. Oh, can you draw this? Or this is my idea. Now, AI art generator. type in, like, let's say, for example, you're making a website because you're selling dogs. You're a dog breeder. You can AI art generator. Shiba Inu dog. Happy Shiba Inu dog. Running in the field. Boom. Doesn't matter if it looks a little cartoony, whatever. That'll work. And that's where it's at right now. Already it has the potential to phase out like low level art, like basic art for basic needs, like a website or some type of promotional material, something for flyers. AI art can do that right now. AI art can't make a doujin, a 30-page doujin with a coherent story, sure. But it can do some of the basic things. And there are people that get paid for those basic art jobs. Think about that. So these guys are bickering about imagination and references. Let's do So he says, you can't draw from imagination, can you, wizard? You were the first to make an insane 99% claim, so you go ahead and prove that. Every day, digital and traditional artists post more and more hyperlapses, live streams, and how-to guides showing no reference use, but keep skirting, sitting in your comfort bubble where everybody is as bad at creating new things as you. The most famous works of art all had a reference. The point of most of the renowned paintings, drawings, and sculptures was to capture a piece of reality in time, a practical purpose fulfilled now by a more practical tool, the camera. Those works took great skill, time, and patience, but their purpose wasn't to be something new from imagination. All the famous artists did, however, paint most of their other stuff from imagination, because that's what's so fun about being an artist. Creating things by imagining them and putting that image to paper. And you know, even as someone who makes beats, I sample, but I try not to overdo it because it really is more fun to... Now, technically, even like every piece of sound that you didn't literally make yourself is a sample. But I'm saying like something taken from like a whole song already, right? It's more fun to take bits and pieces and put it all together to make a coherent song than to chop something out of a song that's already done and take that, loop it, and just add on to it. I've done it. But it really is more like the more original it is, the more fulfilling it is. The more you had to like really Frankenstein that shit, like different pieces put together, it really is more fun. What is imagination but the combination of things we have seen and experienced? Yeah, 99% was hyperbole, but stuff like still life and portrait is still fundamental to most art. People often make references without even realizing they have done it. I love abstract art and surrealism, but just because we have arranged something in a different way doesn't mean it is entirely original, which is my point. Most art isn't original, which is often the sticking point people make against AI art because it has to be trained on a set of images. But a human who has never seen a flower couldn't draw one any better than a computer could. They went back and forth for a while, I think. So... This guy under him says, I don't like it, but I'm not bothering getting upset because there's really nothing you can do at this point. Exactly. I do think it'll kill a lot of jobs in commercial art and make a lot of treatment even worse than it is now. But whatever, I guess. Like the other poster mentioned, I find the whole novelty of it really boring after an hour or two. You can't really get your hands dirty per se with generating images. Maybe they'll make something more interesting to play with in the future. And that's the same point that I made earlier. I do think it'll kill a lot of jobs in commercial art. Like like basic things. I think it's mentioned later. There's an example, like book covers and stuff like that. Go to like Books A Million or a library and look at the covers of like romance novels where it's just just the most generic art of like buff muscle man with long hair holding a beautiful woman in his own. AI art can do that. At this point, AI art can do stuff like that. Before, you would have had to commission an artist to make the cover art for your book. Now, AI artists. Now, I think there's a post later about this. So, hold up. Did I miss something? Okay. This guy says, more interested in what an effective propaganda tool it can be used for. Shit is potentially going to get wild. So, you look at the picture he posted. It says, it's a Twitter post. Wow, 90s Polaroids of late 90s black heavy metal goth girls that never existed. And you can barely see it because, I had to chop this out. But those pictures look real as fuck. You would have thought this came from a real club. That shit was AI generated. Somebody just put in black heavy metal goth girls in the 90s. Completely created by AI. And so the point this guy is making, what an effective propaganda tool it can be used for, basically making fake pictures. Like, oh, did you know this happened in 1970? Did you know this happened in 1960 or 1980? Never actually happened. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, like, the world is about to get real. And I think more and more, to keep our sanity, we're gonna have to not be on the internet as much. I'm serious too. I'm serious too, man. This shit getting scary. I'm not even lying, bro. Because at one point, to a certain extent, what you saw on the internet was real. If you saw a picture of a real person, it was a real person at least. Now you can't even depend on that. If you saw art, you knew somebody drew that. Somebody created and drew that. And it gets scarier. And this guy says, puts camera whores and ethos out of a job, I hope. And then this guy says, deep fakes have been good enough to make a picture of anything for a while. Kind of surprised there hasn't been more distress about the erasure of truth. He was responding to the first guy. And again, yeah, that's a good point. Deep fakes. Oh, Barack Obama caught kissing a man or something. Like, again, like at some point, and then it's like, how do you prove that it's not? How do we know what's real and what's not? We have video evidence of this celebrity groping somebody. And then he says, oh, no, that's AI created, man. He really did it. But how do we know? This guy says, I'm a painter and a poet. What art has changed over time. For thousands of years, art was based on imitation. The concept is called Dionysian imago. It was only around the 18th century that the idea of romantic originality was invented. AI cannot create from emotion. It has no emotions. It merely imitates. All of this being said, what art is changes with technology. This could be said especially for music. Combine AI that can imitate text, video, images, voice with deep fakes and Photoshop. This is a new way to create art. God damn, dude. I mean, I can see how it can be good too, don't get me wrong. Just imagine, like, for example, you trying to make like an H game or something. Like, I've always had ideas of making a porn H game, RPG game or something like that. But of course, I'm not an artist. I mean, I'm not a drawing artist. I'm a music artist. All I can do is make the music and write the script and whatnot. When I say script, I mean not like cold script, but like the dialogue. But with AI art, I could use AI. AI art to create the scenes and the characters and sex scenes and shit. So that's one of the cool things about it. But I just wonder, like, is it gonna get to the point where you can use AI to make like a whole video game or something, man? Like the AI makes the art, it makes the music, it codes it, it writes the script, this and that. I mean, dude, for real. This guy says art is just going back to its previous level of demand. The starving artist stereotype used to be more literal. Back in like the 19th century or something, besides a minority of artists patronized by rich people, most artists can't make living through art either. It is only after pop culture industries like comics, movies, video games, and porn, along with consumer goods industries that requires designers and advertisers, that demand for artists really skyrocketed. With AI art, we are just going to see a return to the old baseline. We're going to see a culling of commercial artists, but the real artistic souls who have something to express will remain. Most will not make for a commission level of money, but historically that's normal. Our recent level of artistic skill demand is the anomaly. And I think that's a good point too. When you look at all these different ways that artists can make money, I mean, even someone like myself, I haven't made a lot, but you know, people have donated to me, people have purchased my mixtapes, etc. You know, most of the money that, and I've made money off streams. Most of the money that I've gotten has been a direct result of the art that I created, either directly or indirectly through donations, which is basically Patreon, or patronized by rich people, or patronized for me by other neats. Oh boy, but and you see this a lot though. You see it, like, even I've seen people who make like Sissy Hypno videos and Sissy Hypno audio make money just by creating this stuff. And like he said, furry art commissions and stuff like that can be very lucrative. And as an artist, really, I love that. I love seeing people being able to do for themselves, make money for themselves, without having to be dependent on working for the man, so to speak. I always love that. And so as an artist, I do, if it's going to hurt the financial or the earning ability of artists within any given field, I do think that's unfortunate. But I'm a realist too. When the cat's out of the bag, that motherfucker is going to meow all the way to the moon. This was the example that I'm talking about. That book to the left, that book in the post to the left, it was made with AI art. But the AI art, I think, had used a reference of something else. And so the person replying to it was upset with the person who put out the book, because they noticed that the AI art had just used something for reference and then mixed it with a couple things. And on the right, you see like basic commercial art for like PowerPoints and shit. Somebody used to have to make stuff like that. Now AI can do that easy. In the short term, it will likely screw over most commercial artists, the ones that make art for adverts, corporate websites, publications, etc., especially the cheaper throwaway stuff that isn't considered too important, with actual artists still working on large ad campaigns, concept art for movies and most video games, etc. As an example of this, you have this sci-fi book that was published with edited AI art on its cover. They probably didn't care that much about making this cover, just get an astronaut drawing and slap something together real quick. This is precisely the kind of job these AIs will be taking from people in short term. This also includes stock photography. Why would you pay a model and a photographer to get a picture of evil hacker wearing balaclava steals your passwords, or succubus laughs while eating salad, when the computer can make that up for you right away? The artist freak out about this tech reminds me of how butthurt they got when people started making fun of the Allegria corporate Memphis global homo art style on websites. They make money out of making these crappy drawings for Google, Facebook, Airbnb, or whatever. So of course they didn't like it when people said websites should stop using that crap. Well, now anybody can run software to generate thousands of these without paying a cent. So much of the market for this type of filler art is going to disappear. I don't know how this will impact erotic art though. Most of the AI generated smut I've seen seem pretty generic and uninteresting. I could fap to it, but I doubt it's at the level of stuff people would pay for. So for now, I think most artists are safe, as the stuff they make can scratch the viewer's itch far better than anime succubus, big boobs, latex catsuit, beautiful masterpiece, deformed hands, at least for now. Of course, as this technology further develops, who knows how much of an impact it could have. Very good post. Very good post. And I feel the same way about the porn too. I've seen AI generated porn and it don't hit. It's like porn is just different. And really, I think art in general is different in that, or natural art is different in that it has soul. And when you're talking about a cover for a book or art for a corporate website, like you said, that nobody really cares about, it's just there to make it look more colorful and friendly and exciting. You know, things like that don't need soul. But when you're talking about something like pornography, good smut needs soul. It's got to have feeling behind it, man. And again, that's why AI porn don't even hit at all for me, man. You can make like it can be impressive, but as far as something I want to masturbate to, nah. And I think the soul, like until the AI art reaches the level of soul, the smut artists don't have anything to worry about. Trust me. So this guy says, look at this. Tan skin, big boobies, school swim short, same shading and colors as every other computer generated boob pic. The white square affront the breast of the Sukumizu is adorned with the student's name in hiragana and her class year plus number. This is because when wet, the racially homogeneous Japanese school sakubai all kind of look the same. Look at name tag sign on the image again. Where is the name? Where is class? How can we tell if this student is in the 2nd or 7th grade? What class she belongs to? We can't, because AI doesn't understand what it's making. It sees no reason to generate coherent name tag, because that being a staple of the Sukumizu's patented design. Furthermore, look even closer at the name tag. White marks, drippy ones. Who did that to her chest? Prompter-san did. He saw the computer attempted to write something there based on the habit of copying vague cues from other Sukumizu boob drawings, but failed to conjure anything sensical. So Prompter-san tried to erase the writing, reducing the Sukumizugi to its factory new unissued state. He has failed. Prompter-san has used a white brush. He should have taken a light and a shadow swab from the name tag and filled in according to the folds created by student Chan's breast. He then could have smudged parallel to the direction of the folds to blend the two tones softly. Prompter-san's failure to remove nonsense text from the computer output of booby student shows clearly the state of AI is only trained by the penis to create the parts of the school succubus that put hard in the wizard's pants. But beyond that, AI is no good, but who thinks it is good? Good enough to share? Non-artist penis brainers who can't even use a color picker? This is why AI is now stagnant. It has fulfilled its purpose. It has given boners to those who want boners, and these boner wanters are now paying to generate more Sukumizu school succubi big boob pics. No further programming needed. This is as good as it will ever get. So I'm gonna cover this picture because it's somewhat erotic. So you guys, but basically it's a standard ichi picture of like Japanese smut, right? It's just basic standard ichi, and on the surface it looks pretty good, but at closer examination you can see the flaws that the AI makes as far as trying to, you know, recreate this character, whatever words were put into the description that it used to create this. Even with the pool background, I can see like certain imperfections and shit like that. Again, on the surface it looks good, but this guy, he perfectly breaks down why it's not on the level of real art. In particular, how the front of the swimsuit doesn't have like the name tags and all that. Just a great example of the failures of AI, art, etc. This guy responds, AI is just a tool for now. Don't complain about it. Blame the person who generated it for not adding in details afterward. But the fact that someone was able to just type in text and press generate is still useful. The real usefulness is being able to draw over AI stuff. Ooh, I like that. Let the AI do the boring stuff and then you add your own style to it. Anyone not doing this with their art is pretty dumb, or maybe their art is completely incompatible. I didn't even think of that. Let the AI do the basic stuff and you just draw for it. Oh my God, that's genius. But he makes a great point. AI, it's a tool for now. It's not a replacement for actual artists, but it can be used as a tool. Like he said, let it do the basics, you draw over it. So this guy says, art is work. He's replying to somebody. He's quoting somebody. Art is a hobby. A small few make a job out of it. AI is only a tool for those who are too incompetent to learn how to use manual tools. A crutch, a game of chance. We laugh at these people. Enjoy your AI generated world where everything looks the same and very bad. I'll keep drawing cum sprays the old fashioned way. Printing my drawing out, then coming on her, then rescanning it into the computer. Those are my tools. And this guy says, thank you for your service. We have Ted Kaczynski here. The good thing about AI art is that all the nihilistic science and technology faggots are finally getting butthurt by all this tech faggotry, because now it starts to have a quickly noticeable negative effect on their lives. It's funny how these Rick and Morty niggers are suddenly taking a stance against technology, even when they're still too retarded to see the bigger picture, and they only care about artists getting replaced. AI will ultimately fuck us all up as soon as some nihilistic scientist faggot comes up with a true self-learning AI. We're all going to face very uncomfortable consequences. Ted Kaczynski was right. That's part of the reason why I wanted to pick this thread, because it ties into Ted Kaczynski's fears about unchecked, unregulated advancement of technology. And AI has always been at the center of that, alongside like nuclear weapons and things like that as being a danger to society and humankind. And we're seeing it right now in a very light form as far as AI art threatening to replace human artists. This guy says, the true Kaczynskian nightmare is a world in which humans have been reduced to mere bioengineered cogs in the industrial machine. Happy servants that do nothing but work day and night with absolute pleasure. This is already happening, to a lesser extent with propaganda and psychological techniques, and to a greater extent with mass medication of the workforce. This guy says, AI won't save us from this since it only exposes us to more problems and destruction as well as further indignities. Imagine all the shit that the elite and other retards come up with, but done by a machine on a much larger scale. It will only accelerate the bad stuff until all humanity and nature gets wiped out completely with calculated precision. I swear to God, bro. Again, I think back to how shit was when I was 15. I'm 30 now. What the hell is it going to be when I'm 45? This is the last one. This is a good post. I've had in-depth discussions with AIs on the Character AI website, which made me question how many of what I read on the internet is truly real. I thought the dead internet theory was a bit of a stretch, but after that experience, I think it made sense and could even be an understatement of what's really happening. By writing this post, by spending my time on the internet, what I'm really doing is feeding the machine so it can better control me. So the people in control of the machine can better control me, should I say. How many times have you been fooled? Am I being fooled right now? Is it possible for us to trust what we see on the internet anymore? The whole picture with the AI technology is overwhelming. You wish it just affected the art world. And so what he's saying is, the AI is learning from what is being inputted into the internet. It can learn from these posts and these discussions that we have on Reddit, 4chan, Twitter, YouTube comments, blogs, anywhere. And see, he says it is impossible for us to trust what we see on the internet anymore. How do you know that you're having a conversation with a real person or AI bot? I played around with the AI character bot shit a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, and I was like, yo, I think I picked out some anime bitch, and I was like, suck my dick. I mean, and she just got so mad. I was like, it took me like 15 minutes to get back on her good side. I was like, suck my dick. And then, I mean, it just wouldn't end. She was so mad and just, it really felt like I was talking to a, like close to a real person. And when you look at how we communicate on places like 4chan, Reddit, and weird shit, dude, an AI bot could easily fit in. An AI bot could easily fit in. Because you got some people, they react with an image. And then people respond. Some people just say make one statement and get 8 or 9 responses. It's going to get to the point where you don't even know if you're communicating with a real person on the internet anymore. You know what? Right now, I feel like an NPC in a Deus Ex game. Real talk, I feel like an NPC in like Deus Ex Invisible War or some shit. I'm serious, man, because this shit is like real. This is happening. We're not talking about a video game here. This is our lives now. It is very possible that the conversations that you're having with people online is with bots. I mean, look, bots have been around for a while, but a lot of times they're easy to identify. Now it's getting to the point you're really not gonna know. You're gonna get into a big argument about somebody over if Persona 3 is better than Persona 4, thinking it's real. It's a fucking bot. Not knowing that Chad Marco made a bot that endlessly argues in favor of Persona 3 for the fucking lows. You're arguing with this shit. I'm telling you, man. Woo! I'm having a moment. So that was the thread of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'm going to get to some comments, then I'm going to get out of here. So.